Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. A very long time no see. But I'm back, at least for now, I hope. I'm back. And yeah, I just wanted to get back into the swing of things, so forgive me if this voiceover isn't the most eloquent. I haven't done a video in a long time, and honestly, I haven't really commonplaced in a long time. I wanted to use this video to kind of talk about getting back into our hobbies and getting back into journaling and my experiences with it, and also kind of what's been going on in my life, because I don't know, every time I say I hope someone got something out of it, someone usually comments and says that they did, so maybe there's something in this video for anyone who's watching. But when I just wasn't having, first of all, I am working 2 jobs, and one was extremely demanding and very early in the mornings, and I was basically pulling 50-hour work weeks because of travel time and stuff like that. So I just, first of all, didn't have time to commonplace, and then when I got home, I didn't have the energy or desire or anything. So I have a lot of trinkets that I've built up from my year or 2 of commonplacing, and I thought that it would be a good kind of to get back into the groove and make commonplacing a little bit more enjoyable if I just cleaned out some of my stash a little bit and kind of got rid of some of the old things that I thought I wanted to commonplace that I didn't. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm almost done with it now, actually. But I kind of just went through and decided what I wanted to keep, what I wanted to throw away, and what didn't belong there, like a good book sticker I want to give to my sister, and some of those little square prints I think might be good for a scrapbook collage or something. And then I did have some stuff that I wanted to keep and save for either scrapbooking or commonplace page later, so that's what I decided to do for the start. And honestly, like, my apartment was a freaking wreck. I feel like it is a wreck. I finally just lowered my hours. I guess that's why I finally have time to come back. The apartment was a wreck, and I found that with my desk too, I had to do the same thing, like literally 2 nights ago. My room was a wreck. Like, I was cleaning the living room because I was spending most of my time in there. But I was like, well, I write at my desk and I commonplace at my desk, and this is where I'm creative, so this is what I need to prioritize. So I decided to clean it, and here you're looking at, I'm running out of ink, and I'm officially out of ink, so nothing was printing right, and it's making me upset. But that was kind of my first step, is like, if I just have to clean. I have to reset, not even like a spiritual way or anything, like I just need to reset. I just need to clean, I just need to create space so I can feel comfortable. I'm not someone who can be creative in a messy environment. And of course I decided to commonplace about jewelry. So I kind of I was going to do like a digital wish list thing. Or digital, it's not digital. I've decided, a lot of the times I feel like if I put something in my commonplace book, it really reduces the urge for me to buy it, because I like have a picture of it forever. I don't really need the object. So that's what this page was going to be. I also forgot I had leftovers from an old page, but I digress. So it's going to be like a digital collection kind of page, and then didn't all end up fitting, and anyway, we fiddled with it. But yeah, now the cat is sad because he wants his dinner, and I'm recording a voiceover. But yeah, sorry, it's not time. So excuse me if he meows through this whole thing. We're trying to get back to it, guys. We really are. And let me just say, I am I think the most stressed I've ever been in my life. I really am. And for all my videos this year of saying you gotta prioritize yourself, you gotta prioritize your hobbies, I get it now, guys. I get it. If you've ever had a full-time job, oh my god, I understand you so much. And I can't even fathom how people with kids do it. If you have kids and a full-time job, holy crap. I commend you. You're doing a great job, because I cannot function. And it's different, because when I was younger and I was stressed, it was entirely different, and I had dissociation on my side to really mellow out a lot of those feelings, but now I don't. Now I don't just get to dissociate, and I just feel it all, and I've been nauseous for like 2 months. Yeah, like actually physically nauseous for like 2 months. Like anytime I eat something, not even when I eat something, just in the middle of the day, I just get nauseous. It's great. Should probably go get that checked out. But yeah, I don't even know where I'm going with this video, because like I said, like I just decided to reduce my hours, and I'm kind of young, right? Like I'm 24, and I feel like the jewelry store that I worked at had a lot of older people, and the manager there she's older. I don't want to say elderly, but she's up there. She's getting there, like should be retiring soon. And there's like 2 or 3 young people in the work environment. It's like me, another guy, and another girl that are all kind of the same age, and we're all, in our 20s. And there really is like a different dynamic in what older generations will put up with at work and what younger generations will put up with at work. And it's not necessarily the number of hours that was really getting to me. Part of it was, but when you're working with a bunch of people who have an entirely different mindset around work, and everyone there is working because they have to, and they're just trying to get to retirement, and they're part of that age group that will just pick themselves up by the bootstraps and just keep going, even though they're freaking mentally incapable, versus me, who I grew up in a very crappy environment, and I suffered through a lot of work environments that I should have left, and put up with a lot of relationships that I should have left because that's what I thought I had to do. And then before this, having a really, really great understanding, affirmative, validating, understanding boss that lets you speak up and is really great and supportive, but also knows how to manage and be a boss. Just going from that to what I went to in the jewelry store was like, oh my god. But yeah, so I had no time for anything. I had no time for my hobbies. I had no time to clean. I had no time to breathe, it feels like. And it's really hard for me, because I think I told my boyfriend he has to force me. I'm gonna have to walk away from this, and it's sad because I love jewelry. This is something that I really think could be a career, and I have to walk away. And I don't even get to walk away respectfully. I've tried to walk away respectfully, and they won't let me. They won't let me walk away with 2 weeks. They just won't accept it. And so now I'm gonna have to be mean and put my foot down, and that feels entirely against every bone in my body, but I'm stressed. I'm nauseous. I'm nauseous in the middle of the day. Like, I'm clearly not okay. Which I don't want this video to just be like, oh my god, I'm not okay. Because, like, this is the internet. You didn't come here to listen to me talk about my problems unless there was something in it for you. Let's be real. So, I don't know. I guess use this as your reminder that I don't care if you're my age, if you're older, if you are just being mistreated, like in a relationship, at work, put your foot down. Like, you'd be surprised how far you get if you just like put your foot down and talk back a little, and it might feel extremely uncomfortable and like you're like sassing and talking back, but instead you're actually just putting down a boundary. And you might be surprised how far that gets you. And then if it doesn't get you anywhere, then that tells you everything you need to know about that person or that situation. And you can decide from there what to do and where to go. But I've just decided that the rest of December, I really, and I feel like I've been saying this in all my videos, like, prioritize your nervous system, prioritize relaxation, prioritize rest. And I haven't done like any of it. I haven't. I found pockets, yes, but like it's time for like serious stuff, guys. Like, I need to take a chill pill and relax, and I need to do the journaling, and I need to do the shadow work, and I need to do nothing and force myself to be okay with it, because it's getting to the point where I don't know how to do nothing. And I used to be someone, especially when the weather's good, it's different, because I can sit on my balcony and stare at trees and do nothing for forever and be totally fine and happy. but for some reason, I mean, I don't have trees to look at outside my window. There's a big building in the way, so it's an adjustment. I'm gonna have to find another way to do nothing and be okay with it. That isn't just watching YouTube. I love YouTube just as much as the next girly, there's just a lot that's going on, and this is probably a ramble. I'm sorry. Thank you for listening if you're still here. But this thing that I'm actually commonplacing about right now, this hand little thing, it is, I thought this was interesting because I've seen hazmas before, right? Like it's a cross-cultural thing, sign of protection. But I've never seen one with claws, and I've never seen one with a hand in this position, which actually just feels like a very relaxed hand, except for the thumb. The thumb doesn't feel relaxed, but all of that, like if I just let my hand kind of go, that's kind of where my hand sits. But I thought this was so interesting because it's created by, I don't want to say indie, but I guess like less well-known jewelry designer, like I'd never heard of them. And the collection is specifically about anxiety and stress. And like I printed out the picture where he chose an amethyst crystal to go in the middle. But he had all the birthstones, but amethyst is also known for like psychic and spiritual protection and general protection. And it just kind of felt so interesting and timely that it was all about anxiety, and it was talking about how there's always so many voices in our head and like which one is ours. And that's what the artist statement was. And I was like, yeah, there's always so many voices in my head and always so many, you should do this and you should do that. And we always have to remind ourselves, right? Like, so I probably did have a good month a few months ago before I had to go non-existent on Instagram and YouTube, where I was doing very good about determining what voice is mine and what voice is not. But sometimes we just need that reminder, and we need to be told, actually, yeah, it's time for a reset. Like it's not going to be a one-time fix. Like, I'm not going to spend the rest of December fixing and regulating my nervous system and actually doing that, and not in a pop psychology way, but actually doing it and actually trying to figure out what's stressing, like calming the F down and taking care of myself. But then guess what? I have to make sure that I don't just throw myself back into another version of hell. Like, first of all, I have to do that. And then second of all, I need to realize that life is a roller coaster. There are periods where it's time to work and get the work done, but there are also times for rest. And I thought that this was a time to get the work done and to push myself really hard, but it is the wrong environment to do that. I am not in a supportive environment to push myself because I don't have anyone to lean on right now to push myself further than I can go. I don't have what I need to be able to do that. And sometimes that's a tough reminder too of, sometimes you can have all the energy in the world and be determined and be like, yeah, I'm actually gonna go for this. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna put every ounce of my being into this. But unless you have the environment to support you, maybe the finances to support you, the people around you to support you, a good environment that you're stepping into, like in this like new work situation or this new project, you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to drown. And I think that's been a hard realization, and it's been really difficult because like I said, I really like this topic. I really like jewelry. I think it could be something, but this is not the environment that would help me grow. I'm just gonna continue to drown if I stay. And also, yeah, I need to touch base, and it's okay to have to go back and touch base, because I think that's the thing about trauma and healing and mental health is like, it's so annoying, but you have to go back to it. You constantly have to remind yourself, this is what I have to do to ground. This is what I have to do to calm. I have to make space for me to include these practices in my life, or you're just gonna drown again. And it's so annoying and it's so frustrating, and I feel you. I do. But you gotta do it. You gotta allow yourself to come back to the basics and you just constantly have to allow yourself a month to go ham and then a month to do nothing. And it's really hard for me to be able to do that and to remind myself that, but that's kind of just where I'm at. and maybe you need that reminder too. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of just turned my brain off there for a second and just started talking, so maybe that came from something other than me, or maybe it came from a different part of me that really wanted later me, who's gonna listen to this, to hear it. But yeah, now I'm commonplacing about these earrings, and I did put these earrings on my wish list for Christmas for my boyfriend. I have a different wish list for... Do you guys give different wish lists to different family members? Because I have like a general family wish list, and then I have a wish list for my boyfriend. Because my boyfriend is willing to spend money on me and on different things. And my sister always gets me something off my list, but she's allowed to because she's really good at gifts. But my mom has a wish list and she has to follow it. She's not allowed to go off the rails. But yeah, I'm wrapping up now. It's gonna end quicker than I think. So I hope you're doing as best as you can. I hope we're all doing as best we can. And I hope you have a lovely day, evening, week, month, because you do. You deserve it. You really do. And I hope to see you guys, maybe not next week. Let's not be over ambitious, but the week after that. I hope you follow me on Instagram and subscribe, stick around, and I will see you all next time.